Hey guys, other side of the world boy here, and right now I am in Sydney, Australia for the first World Tour event of the year. Now the reason why you're seeing my beautiful face on stream at the moment right now is because I'm here to give you a cheeky little preview of a new car coming to GT Sport very shortly. That's right, this is the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 car. Now this is a car that I've had experience with in the past, and I'm so glad now we're getting it coming into GT Sport. Now you might know this car if you're a motorsport enthusiast from the mid-2000s. It's Le Mans success, a very, very successful car in Le Mans and endurance racing, and now you're going to have the opportunity to drive it in game. So let's talk about it a bit, because what makes it a GT1 car? What makes it different from the cars that we have in Group 3, for example? So this GT1 car, regs were a bit different back then. Very, very quick in a straight line. V12 engine, like a good V12. 6 litres, producing nearly 600 brake horsepower. Aero not quite as advanced as modern machinery, which means that you get all the fun in the straight line, a bit more fun in the corners if you're being a little bit impatient with the loud pedal. So I know you guys love seeing me drive and fail, so what we're going to be doing is taking this new Aston Martin DBR9 for a run around Brands Hatch and let you know what it's like to drive. So head onto circuit in our Aston Martin. Now, I'm sure this car sounds absolutely fantastic. However, I can't hear it right now because I've had to turn it down because some other things going on next door. So I'm going to go for the world's first attempt at Brands Hatch with zero volume. So, of course, as I said, this car, very, very quick in a straight line, but in the corners, a little bit more leery. You've got 600 horsepower, you've got no traction control at the rear there, so all that horsepower is going through your right foot, so be nice and careful. Come to Druids in third gear, probably use second gear through here. And also with this V12 engine, there's a ton of torque. It just comes instantly, so you've got to be very, very careful when applying the throttle, otherwise you're going to go for a trip into the barrier, somewhere that I end up all too often. So Brands is a great circuit for this car because it really plays to the strengths of the thing. Lots of very fast sweeping corners, and this is a car that, although it doesn't have as much downforce as the Group 3 car, definitely prefers the quicker corners, just because you're up to speed, the downforce you do have is being used, and you aren't struggling to contain the power at the rear. Here's Hawthorns, try and eke the throttle through there. Again, this is a very weird experience without sound. I'm going to just keep throwing that in there as an excuse if I make any mistakes, or just got to cover my back a little bit, otherwise they're going to get rid of me. I've got to be careful. So coming up to Sheen now, this is a great corner, a lot of fun if you get it right. Very easy to cut the track there though if you turn in a little bit too quickly. And then same here as well, you want to get right onto the curb on the inside. You can use a little bit of the curb on the outside there because, but it does kind of ramp up a little bit. The further you go, the bigger danger you have of actually ending up in the grass here. Now here's clearways. You can take a wide line through here and be generally okay. I think I'm really far off the RPM, but I'm just guessing. So someone's done a 125 round here. Oh, look at that. I'm actually quite close to it. I think I beat it first time. There you go, pro driver. Let's see if we can go a bit quicker. Now, Paddock Hill, in this car, you can feel the car start to give up a little bit on the exit there. It starts to understeer a little bit on this setup. You could probably tune that out a tiny bit, but it's just a kind of characteristic of the times, these things. Where Group 3 cars are cars that are quite easy to drive at a decent level, but hard to drive very fast. These are kind of hard to drive even at a normal level, I'd say, just because of the kind of the brutality of it. It just comes from a time where manufacturers were just throwing money at cars and putting a big engine in car, go fast, straight line, and that was pretty much it. Now it's a bit more refined, but of course it's always fun to drive any Aston Martin, especially one with a 007 on the front, because I get to feel cooler than I actually am. There you go, we're second up right now. Let's see if we can carry that to the line. Again, another great corner through here. I forget the name of this one, but it's very similar to Sheen. You can really throw it on the inside there and use a little bit of the runoff. But you've got to be careful around here. The track limits can be a little bit deceptive. There you go, that was nice. Oh, just picked up a tiny bit of grass there. It's very easy to do that, and you can have a monumental crash there if you're being a little bit too enthusiastic. Oh, I tell you what, I wish I could hear this, because it's always so encouraging when you're just getting onto throttle and the V12's going, go on, do it. And then it just encourages you along. There you go, across the line. That's a lot quicker. That's a 123.8. I tell you what, I'll try and set a lap time now, and you guys can try and beat it at home when this comes into the game. He says that using, again, no sound, all right? So please be nice to me. No sound, and you've seen my practice so far. It's been these laps, so see if I can go any quicker. Right now I'm going slower, so that's not a good sign. There you go, sector up. Coming down, I think this corner's called Graham Hill Bend. I should really, scroll up on my Brands Hatch names. It's not like I'm a commentator or anything, it's not important. It's up the hill now. That is the most difficult corner on the circuit. Again, I forget the corner name there. Might be Surtees, I'm unsure. But it's off camber, uphill, very late apex, and super easy just to have the front wash out, especially in a car like this, where you haven't quite got the downforce or something a bit more modern. So another second up on our time. I expect you guys will beat this very quickly at home, but let me have my moment, alright? It's coming up to Sheen. Position the car on the outside of the course here, then turn in quite early, account for the undersea you're going to get, and then, no, there goes my lap time. So, what you've learnt here is when Jimmy's talking through a lap, don't listen. But that is the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 car coming fairly soon for GT Sport. I can tell you right now, even without sound, it's a blast. So I'm looking forward to getting home and cranking up the volume and having the full experience of this V12 beast. So yeah, guys, that was my, I guess, pretty poor attempt at getting the Aston Martin DBR9 around brands. That's kind of fun, that car. Really glad that it's coming into GT Sport, and I'm very curious to see what times you guys can do at home. I'm sure you'll be a lot quicker than me. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe and do all the good things, and we'll see you next time for some more fun content. Catch you later.